Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Johan and I'm a typical Dutchman, and I react to all kinds of videos about life and living in the US or life and living in Europe, specifically in the Netherlands. And if you like this kind of content and you like reaction videos of me, then please subscribe to the channel. We're still trying to get to the magical 1000 subscribers, so any help would be really appreciated. We're getting there, so hopefully you will join the channel soon. And for today, we're gonna take we say we go a bit outside of the US, but still in America, in the Americas. We're gonna take a look at World Cup tourists can't believe what they're seeing in Canada. I did a couple of videos about what they didn't believe about the things that in the United States, the big malls like Walmart, the big proportions, the refills, the free refills, and all kinds of stuff. But I was wondering, how is it on the other side of the border in Canada? And I heard some rumors saying here and there that it wasn't that good there. There were some booing, if I'm correctly informed. So I've seen this video popping up in my suggestions list, and I've seen two, and I don't, because this is one of 8 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 8 minutes. So maybe if I find another one, there's another here, a Canadian reacting football fans and atmosphere. So maybe another one, but let's first start with this one. World Cup tourists can't believe what they are seeing in Canada. And the first screen already said, stolen in Vancouver, passport, laptop and wallet. In defense of Canada, because it's not specifically Canada, that could happen in the US, this could happen over here in the Netherlands, that could happen somewhere in China. So it's not specifically for Canada, but yeah, it sucks when you're coming for a football cup, for the World Cup, to Canada and your passport, laptop and wallet are stolen. But okay, let's take a look what's happening in Canada with the World Cup tourists.
So this is not the World Cup update I want to be sharing. But this morning, as I was about to get a bus to Seattle, I had my backpack and my duffel bag stolen from our hotel lobby.
Stolen from the hotel lobby. The lobby is the entrance to. So either he left it unattended somewhere while checking out or something. Yeah, that could be happening everywhere. So not specifically connecting it to Canada. Okay. But I feel sorry for him that it happened. This shit.
I had my passport, my wallet, and my laptop.
Guys, Toronto is one of the dirtiest. It doesn't even feel like it's a first world country. Look. You don't see this in Ecuador. Look. Do you see this in Ecuador?
In Ecuador. He's talking about Ecuador, but are these gums lying on the street, or what is it? What is it that he's looking at the sidewalk? What is on the sidewalk? It only says, man calls Canada a third world country. What I found shocked me. What did you see?
Look.
Look, what is it?
This is downtown. This is like the flagship. Yonge and Dundas.
You know, now that
I saw some, how do you call them? The rest of a cigarette, cigarette. Yeah, forget it. Yeah. Stumbles is the right word, I believe. Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, it happens.
the World Cup is happening in North America and especially Canada, people are realizing, people from other countries as well, that Canada is not as safe as a country as they thought it actually would be. A lot of people are waking up to realize that sad reality. A lot of viewers on the channel, if you guys keep coming back, are probably well aware of that. But with that being said, let's react to their realizations on this matter.
Yeah, but no big city is safe around the world. I say Europe is a safe country, is a safe continent, but I won't exempt that if you're walking through Amsterdam or Rotterdam, that you are absolutely 100% safe. It's nowhere. It's never.
So this is not the World Cup update I want to be sharing. But this morning, as I was about to get a bus to Seattle, I had my backpack and my duffel bag stolen from our hotel lobby. It had my passport, my wallet, and my laptop in it, and they're all gone. And I don't want to think about this, but in the spirit of committing to the World Cup diaries, here we are. Yeah, basically, like, I went to get a coffee before getting a bus this morning. I thought my bags were safe leaving in the hotel lobby. The hotel lobby door, like, locks. And I came back and my bags were gone.
The hotel lobby doors locks. But if it is an hotel, that means that other people are also there, walking out the same door that he went. Yeah, not very smart.
And the hotel staff checked CCTV footage, and two junkies came in off the street in an opportunistic moment, grabbed my bags, and off they went. I then checked my bank account. They've drained about $600 across various convenience stores.
What can I say? How is it possible? I know. Some of you are going, yeah, they had his wallet so they could gain, but even if somebody walk into my house, for example, and grabs my wallet right off the table right here, or my phone, what I have right here, it's my bank connection, but it's impossible with the phone nor my credit card and debit card in my wallet to gain any money without me being present. They cannot spend money. They cannot go into a shop and tap money without me. So it's impossible for anyone to grab my phone or my wallet and then go into a shop and do some shopping and drain, like he said, for $600 worth of stuff. Impossible. So it's a security thing there too. How is it possible that someone who has stolen your wallet, your credit card, debit cards, whatever is in the wallet, can actually use that stuff without you being present, without any PIN or biometrics safety or whatever for safety, but without any safety measurements, just tapping and using your credit card? That's not okay. That's definitely not okay.
I went and chased down those convenience stores, and they helped me identify these people and said that they had just bought a whole bunch of gift cards. So then I called the police and started the process there, and then got in touch with the embassy to start the process for a replacement passport. When I get to the embassy, the first thing they say to me is, "You're not going to the US." And I was like, "You've got to be kidding me." The whole reason I'm here is to go to the US. Like, we're playing the USA in the FIFA World Cup on Friday, and then we've got Paraguay and San Fran after this. Like, this is the whole reason I'm here, and you're telling me I can't get into the country.
Yeah, without a passport, you cannot enter. Yeah. Oh, it costs thousands and thousands of dollars, and
And then to make matters worse, in the middle of all this ordeal, my dad calls me up and goes, "Hey, we've just landed in the US. Can't wait to see you soon. Like, what are you up to this afternoon?" And I'm like, "Dad, I'm probably not going to Seattle today." And like a few months ago, I rounded up Dad and my brother and convinced them to come to the World Cup, because this might be the only chance we get to go to the World Cup all together. And now I might not even get into the country. And so at the embassy, they basically said, like, look, either wait around and hope that your passport turns up and then go straight to the US, or we can cancel your passport and give you a replacement passport, but there's no guarantees that they'll let you in on a replacement passport. They said the US don't like replacement passports. And so now I'm kind of just like stuck between a rock and a hard place, where it's like, how long do I wait around in Vancouver until my passport shows up, versus do I just bite the bullet and try and risk it, but then it means my original passport's cancelled. So if anyone's got any ideas or can help, please let me know.
yeah, I feel sorry for him, but yeah. He learned his lesson for the next time.
I didn't realize that the US are cautious of any sort of replacement passports. I feel like in Canada that would be okay, but I guess the US, they're very strict when it comes to any sort of border security issues, so maybe that would be a red flag for them. But that's why you can't trust leaving your bag anywhere in any major city in Canada. He thought it was safe because it was in his hotel. It was in a lobby. It doesn't matter. Lobbies, anyone could walk into a lobby unless there's security right there asking for your hotel room number and your key card. Anyone can kind of walk in out the streets. And honestly, Vancouver is not a very, very safe city. And with all the junkies that are walking around, around Hastings, and maybe he was in that area, he never really specified, but regardless, you gotta be careful, especially in the big cities in Canada.
What got started, have been going down the rabbit hole videos of tourists, European tourists coming to America for the first time, seeing them at Walmart, being tourists, being excited. I've also seen videos of tourists in Mexico, the food, the people, lots and lots of videos in Mexico and also in the United States. But I haven't seen one video of anything in Canada. I know that Canada, US, and Mexico are co-hosting this whole thing, but what is going on?
Yeah, that was the question that I had. See, why do I see so many videos about the fans in the US, and not even fans in Mexico, but a lot of reaction videos and other videos and TikTok compilations about the fans in the US and how they experience the United States with all their awe moments and big things, and they lied to us, etc. But nothing out of Canada. So I was looking out for this. But yeah, she has the same question. So I hope let's see something.
Nothing? Seriously? Nothing? Okay then. Okay.
That is true. I was trying to find more videos
That's the same as me.
on TikTok of people reacting to themselves being in Toronto and Vancouver from other countries for the first time for this World Cup. And there's not much, but if you look at the States, there's tons of people in the States. And I know that the States, there's more stadiums that are hosting games, but you still have two pretty big cities hosting games in Canada, like Vancouver and Toronto. Are the tourists just not filming themselves here? I don't really understand what's going on. Or maybe those videos are like just buried. If you guys find any, please email them, because I have been scouring the internet for some of these videos, and honestly, it's getting hard to find. I thought for sure we'd have a lot of people crashing out about their experiences in Canada for the first time as a World Cup viewer and goer, but alas, not much.
We get this.
Yeah, that's okay. So he had the same problem as I, and I was hoping that he had some, but if he has scoured over TikTok, how hard it's going to be.
Straight. You guys are going to close a bunch of roads for FIFA. And then on every other road that isn't closed, you're going to do a bunch of construction. Yeah, no, that sounds like fabulous city planning.
Well, I mean, that's Canada for you in a nutshell. All summer, it's basically construction season, and then we have winter. Well, you don't have as harsh of a winter in Vancouver, but pretty much those are the two seasons in Canada, right? It's winter and construction.
Guys, Toronto is one
It's winter and construction. Okay.
of the dirtiest. It doesn't even feel like it's a first world country. Look, look. You don't see this in Ecuador. Look. Do you see this in Ecuador?
Yeah, this is amazing. Somebody lying on the pavement, sleeping, stoned, whatever. Yeah. I won't say that you won't see this in the United States, but at least it was not visible on the many videos and TikToks that you see of the United States of FIFA fans visiting the US. So this is, yeah, it's even for me strange to look at.
Ecuador? Look, look, look.
Yeah.
This is downtown.
Cigarettes.
This is like the flagship. Young and Dundas. This is the flagship of Toronto. And there's literally garbage, crackheads, crazy people, people talking to themselves, fetty heads. Bro, this is a third world country. Like this, I feel like I'm in.
Wow. I feel like I've been in a third world country. I guess that he's never been in a real third world country.
Bro, coming from Quito, Quito is way more civilized. This is a fucking mess. What is going on, guys?
You know, that's the reactions I was more or less expecting. This individual also lives in Canada. I think Annie also lives in Ecuador, so he has a really good kind of comparable right there. Now, South America, I honestly think, is probably underrated in terms of its reputation in the world. A lot of people see them as third world countries, but they're really not. They're developing nations, and even my wife's country in Brazil, we've been to a few times, and it's way, like, it surprised me like crazy when we went there. I had a completely different take on Brazil until I...
A lot of African nations are no longer third country. They are really developing. They are really doing something great. The World Cup was in Africa. So, yeah, okay.
I went there, and honestly, I think traveling, if you have the funds and the means to do it, I know how expensive traveling is in general, but it's actually cheaper to travel internationally in Canada than it is domestically, so maybe take use of that if you have the ability to do so. But my God, unbelievable. Crazy to see people waking up and realizing how insane Canada is in 2026. Leave your thoughts about this video down below in the comment section, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh boy, these were 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me take a look if I can find something more about TikToks and our FIFA fans in Canada. I found another one. Oh no, Canada, World Cup 2026. And the description says, we take a look at the videos and the lack of videos coming out of Canada compared to the US and Mexico for the World Cup of 2026. So let's see what this is.
It's been unusually silent from Canada since they're hosting part of the World Cup as well. Seeing the party in Mexico.
What?
I see the drinking here in the US.
Argentina.
But it's been very quiet in Canada. So I went snooping and wow. So apparently Canadians are booing other countries' anthems.
They booed the out of the United States.
They booed the United States. USA booed at Canada's first match. But the first match wasn't against... Okay.
telling Bosnia fans that they should watch out for snipers due to Bosnia's history.
Report cards are starting to roll in, man, and it's not looking too good for our friends up in Canada.
How's it going, eh?
Let's get into the reviews of the Canadian World Cup 2026.
Okay.
What it look like, TV?
I am back.
Oh, he is the one. I thought that she was the one presenting it, but it's he is okay.
What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. Now, y'all asked for a Brits in USA Part 2, and that's on the way. But while I was gathering videos for Brits in USA Part 2, I came across pretty much nothing but negativity from Canada. You know, when we did Brits in the USA, you know, it was a common theme of a lot of the foreigners that they wanted to stay forever. I have not come across one video of somebody saying,
I'm definitely moving to Canada.
Now, this video is going to have a disclaimer like all the videos. This is not an attack on Canada. This is just showing you the conversation that's going on about Canada and what's going on at the World Cup right now. Because you heard a lot out of Mexico, like I showed you in the intro. We got the Brits in the USA going crazy.
Yep. And sound is gone. Maybe for the music.
The big question is, what's going on in Canada? Because it's no videos coming out.
Now that we're on the subject of the World Cup, has anyone heard from Canada? Because everyone's in Mexico having the time of their lives. They're holding up their end of the bargain, which we knew they would. They love to party. Here in America, same thing. Everyone's having fun, clip after clip after clip, coast to coast. We're on it. But from Canada, it's been crickets. What are you guys doing over there?
I'm from Canada, and we're hosting, World Cup games. And I think
Okay, Canadian reacts. I'm from Canada. Okay.
it's really funny how you see nothing about it online. When America was hosting World Cup games, they think they're the center of the universe. It's America World Cup, America World Cup. But now that it's in Canada, you don't see anybody on TikTok or anybody on social media talking about it.
The hype for the World Cup in Canada is pretty much non-existent. Like, out of everybody that I know here, maybe one or two people are like actually invested and know what's going on, which is kind of strange because in other places that I've lived, like in Europe, everybody's watching it, everybody's keeping up with it, and it's this like huge, like massive event.
Yeah, if you have lived in Europe, yeah.
That essentially like is ingrained in everyday life until it's over. I guess football is just not popular enough yet. Like, especially as a host country, it's way underhyped. But it makes sense. I mean, hockey's always been the thing here, right?
Totally killed.
Correct. It's always hockey. Yeah, ice hockey is, of course, the #1 sport, as I know, in Canada.
The vibe.
I've seen a bunch of posts that are sort of to the tune of, does Canada even know that they're hosting the World Cup? Yeah, we know. Yeah. We know that they're here, and we're not too pleased about it.
Oh.
We're not excited about FIFA. Not to say
Why?
that there are no football fans in Vancouver or Toronto. There are some, but there's not nearly enough enthusiasm about it to override what we know about FIFA as an organization and the things that they tend to do in the cities and countries that host them. Like millions and millions, I think up to $1 billion in taxpayer money has been spent on hosting FIFA.
Yeah. That's always the biggest. Yep.
And you know how much of that is going to help us in the long term? Almost none. Almost none. In fact, it's hurting a lot of us right now. It hurts the film industry because there's a lot of parts of downtown where we can't film right now because FIFA's like, that's my spot. You can't be here, even though it's literally one of the main industries in the city that we're known for. You can't be Hollywood North right now, even though that's really exciting that we're getting so much more film production up here. You can't do that right now so that people can be around to watch the football. We're not even that happy about the influx of tourism because, quite frankly, it's been a flop over here. We've got a freaking 60% vacancy rate for the hotels that were like bought to host people coming here. People aren't coming here for the World Cup. I am a tour guide in downtown Vancouver, and I have not seen much of an influx of busyness for the summer due to FIFA. I asked people like what brings them to Vancouver. There's a lot.
Yeah, there are only, of course, two stadiums, and then a lot of the games are actually in the United States. So a lot of people go to the United States, but as I understand it, in the months before the actual FIFA soccer started, a lot of people were talking about how problematic it's going to be to get into the United States because of all the ICE interactions and the border patrol. And I've seen a lot of videos coming out of people who are from Europe visiting the United States and were strip searched and hold in chains to have questions for 96 to 250 hours of questioning. A lot of people say we're not going to the US, we're going to Canada. And then from Canada, we go into the US when there is a match we need, and then we go back to Canada. So that was the talk before in the months before they going to the place in FIFA soccer in the United States, to FIFA World Cup in the United States. That was talking about. But yeah, a lot of people, maybe in Canada, counted on a lot of Europeans coming to Canada to avoid the strict the strict visa requirements to get into the United States, that they say we go to Canada. But yeah, as he says, 60% is still vacant.
A lot of reasons to come to Vancouver. It's a pretty neat city. And for the last week or so, at least, most people are not coming for the World Cup. They're coming here for a cruise to Alaska, which is one of the big reasons for people to travel to Vancouver. Some people are just here to be in Vancouver, which is nice, and I tell them that you're here at an auspicious time. Some people are traveling Canada. They're hopping on the Rocky Mountaineer. We're not getting more business generally, or at least not nearly as much as one might expect for something like the World Cup. So It's been doing way more harm than good. So excuse us if we're not singing to the skies about hosting FIFA.
Yeah, and that there are almost no TikToks coming out of. Yeah, okay. He sounds fair and sincere in what he's thinking, how it is in Canada or in Vancouver. Yeah,
it's just not that exciting. Honestly, we're kind of grumpy about it.
Mama say that happiness is from magic rays of sunshine that come down when you're feeling blue.
He ain't the only one from up there, man. And while his sentiments may be correct in some ways, timing is everything. And now is not the time. They got Canada looking like a bunch of party poopers.
I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun. We're both having so much fun. Oh, shoot, it's Canada.
Oh, hey Canada.
I couldn't help but overhear the jubilant echoes of a wild celebration.
No, we're just having a little get together.
The music is awfully loud for just a little get-together.
Oh well, you know Mexico.
3 bags of Tostitos scoops, I noticed.
Well, like I said, you know Mexico.
Dude, you can't say that.
Shh, I'm doing this for us.
Well, alrighty then. I do hope you keep me in mind for any future parties. It gets awfully cold and lonely up here.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Goodbye.
Que Dios nos proteja.
And I
Okay.
can't front. You know us Americans are petty as hell. It's a lot of us down here that are just rubbing our hands together like Birdman, doing the Birdman hand rub, laughing and giggling at all the videos coming out about people's experience in Canada.
Hi, Canada. Hi. Can y'all get your shit together, please, and stop ruining the vibe of the World Cup? Because
Okay, now comes the rest.
y'all are killing the vibe. Like, I get it, USA also doesn't like soccer like that, but we're still living it up. So, stop being sad and get outside.
I was thinking Canadians only hated Americans, but some of the shit that I've been hearing from this World Cup that's been going on in Canada is kind of crazy.
Guys, Toronto is one of the dirtiest. It doesn't even feel like it's a first world country.
Yeah, that's the one that we saw in the first part of the video already. Yeah.
Look. You don't see this in Ecuador. Look. Do you see this in Ecuador?
Ecuador, yeah.
Look. This is downtown. This is like the flagship. Yonge and Dundas. This is the flagship of Toronto. And there's literally garbage, crackheads, crazy people talking to themselves, fetty heads. Bro, this is a third world country. Like this, I feel like I'm in, bro, coming from Quito is way more civilized. This is a mess. What is going on, guys?
Toronto, hit us up in the chat, man. They caught y'all on a bad day, or they caught y'all after a festival or something. That's not what Toronto is like, really. Hit us up in the chat and let us know, Toronto.
My new favorite part of the World Cup is watching people from around the world hate on Canada. I'm loving the stories I'm hearing from people who have traveled to North America for the first time, say that they're shocked that people from America have actually been way more welcoming and nicer than people from Canada. Because Canada, I have to give it to you guys, you have the best PR team in history. You have convinced the entire world that Americans are the worst people that have ever walked the face of the earth, while you Canadians are the nicest, most polite, just absolutely kind people.
Canada up there showing their true colors during this World Cup.
Yeah, but I don't hear anything from Canada, from fans actually being in Canada, except for the one that we just saw.
No, nobody.
So this is Americans burning down Canadians, while Canadians are burning down Americans. So it's, yeah.
Want to be there. Everybody in America is enjoying themselves. They're enjoying our culture, enjoying seeing that the media's lied about us. But they're also finding out the media lied about y'all. Ain't nobody wanting to stay in Canada. Everybody's being rude, pushy, hateful. Everything that everybody said about the United States all this time is true about you idiots. And not all of y'all. It's more like Toronto, Ontario. But you can't wiggle out of this one and make everybody not believe it.
Yeah, okay. It's the political discussion between both countries that's really getting the news that there is something between the United States and Canada. It's all about the tariffs and the closing the borders and not one half or don't want to use electricity, etc., etc. But that is on political. This is geopolitics. But I would not expect that the people living in Canada, like they say for the people in the USA, the actual people are friendly and welcoming, and that's what I see in the TikToks and the video reaction videos on those TikToks from fans over in the United States saying we were wrong. What we hear in Europe about the United States is not the truth. And we are amazed by, and then you get, of course, all the amazing things like they first time visit Walmart or Costco, or they have the free refill, etc. But what is from Canada? I don't know. Is this also political?
Y'all have treated people like shit since they got there. Yet everybody that's come to America is having a blast. Let's see y'all's fancy PR team get y'all out of this shit.
Okay. Canada PR teams are in shambles.
So the veil has finally been lifted on Canada. What you guys say the United States is actually what you guys are. Every team...
Yeah. Again, America versus Canada, but not the third eye like I do, right? Dutch eye through Dutch eyes. I want to hear Europeans, or not specifically, but Asians or Africans or Australians or anyone else in Canada, how they experience Canada, not America, because there is always tension between those two countries.
Has been welcomed here. They're loving the American way of life. We're enjoying all of our food and different cultures here. For the most part, been treated with damn good respect. You know, we're the ugly Americans. You guys are booing national anthems. You're saying
there is no proof. There was only booing the American national anthem because of the tensions between both nations politically. There's no proof that they booed to the anthem of Switzerland, or they booed to the anthem of Bosnia-Herzegovina. Yeah.
Saying shit to the Bosnians about they went through in the 90s. I haven't seen a single fun video coming out of Canada. A lot of the teams are saying they can't wait to leave. I mean, at least for the United States part of the World Cup, like, the Japanese are loving the Texas barbecue. Scotland is having a great time in Massachusetts.
They have no more beer in Massachusetts. No.
Algeria's having the time of their life in Kansas, of all places. I mean, I guess South Park was right about you guys. You guys are mean. Well, you guys aren't so friendly. It was all just a joke. I mean, you guys suck. That's why the United States is just way better.
Like I said, man, this isn't an attack on Canada, but it's just not too many positive videos coming out of Canada.
Yeah,
and when you get to the families, what the families are saying about this experience, even if you live in Canada, you can't afford to go.
So about 4.5 years ago, our family had an opportunity to purchase tickets for the World Cup in Qatar. Now, we decided not to go.
In Qatar, okay, yeah. That's 4 years ago.
Because at that time, Canada had also just announced that they were going to be the host of the 2026 World Cup. Big mistake, because fast forward to today, and I am genuinely trying to understand these prices. So for Canada's opening match against Bosnia, $2,300 to $3,100 per ticket. And I get it, supply and demand. But if there are still tickets available just 2 weeks before kickoff, what exactly is driving these prices? So let's go back for a minute to 2022. Now you can see right here, that's the total receipt for all the matches that we got. 6 tickets per match for 4 matches came to a total of 14,400 QAR. And that converts to about $5,500 Canadian, which is less than the cost of 2 single tickets for a match in Toronto. And it stings just that little bit more knowing that my kids have been playing. We have been sitting on these sidelines for the past 14 years, never mind the thousands of dollars we have put into the Canada soccer system. It is my son's dream to watch the Canadian national team play here in Canada in the World Cup. What are we doing about these prices? Have you bought your tickets yet, or are you going to be watching on TV?
Oh, yeah, but that's a different story, because also in the United States the prices are way too high, and it's way too expensive. I hear a lot of Dutch fans reacting like we are in the United States and we're loving it to be in the United States, and we support the Dutch soccer team with the orange bus. But we do not go into the stadium. We are following our team, and we go with the bus to the stadium, but we're not entering the stadium because the prices are way too high. So that's all they do, and that's more or less boycotting or refusing to buy to buy tickets for the soccer games. It's absurd. It's $1,000 for a ticket or more? Nah, no.
But we got to give Canada some love. I don't know about the tourists, because there's not too many tourists coming out saying they had a great time there. But Canada did show up for Team Canada. They did show up for Team Canada.
There are fans. Lots of them.
Like I
yeah, but some of them were Swiss.
Said you gotta give them their props though, because they did come out for Team Canada. Even though nobody knows who's on Team Canada, they came out to support.
Wow, it's a great jersey. Yeah, I just want to say, I love your jersey. Let me see who's in the back. You see? Yes.
I'll be real with you, man. It's funny that you would have a man's jersey on and have no idea who the man is. But
even if he's standing right in front of you.
I'll be honest and real with you. In America, none of us know who the soccer players are either, or shall I say, very few of us know who the soccer players are.
Yeah, okay.
But if you have that USA jersey on, you're our guy. So we're going to ride with you and we're going to cheer. Matter of fact, in America, it doesn't matter what it is, FIFA, the World Games, Olympics. We don't care what's going on in the government. Once you put that jersey on, we all a team and we all riding. But with all that being said, Canada, I'm gonna need Canada to come to the front of the line, because where the discrepancies are coming to play at is when y'all played Bosnia, the stuff that went on with the fans, between the Canadian fans and the Bosnian fans, Canada, you took it too far and it was disgusting.
A Canadian
so do we have proof? But okay.
man yelled out, "Watch out for snipers," at a group of Bosnians during the Canada versus Bosnia World Cup game. And if you don't understand...
Oh, you're kidding me. Oh. Okay, I hope that was only one who said that. Yeah, okay, if you don't understand why, she explains, so I don't need to. But it's, yeah, because of the cleansing, the genocide, what was going on in Bosnia-Herzegovina.
And why this is such a big deal. If you want to just discount it as just stadium talk, trash talk, or just like soccer talk, let me tell you why.
No, it's not.
Disgusting that he did that. During the 1990s in Bosnia, there was something called the Siege of Sarajevo. If you've never heard about it, for 4 years, civilians, regular people, people like you and I, going to work, going to school, going to get bread at a bakery, were sniped to non-existence.
Yeah.
Because there were literal snipers hiding in the hills around the city of Sarajevo. For 4 years, thousands of people were no longer. There's even a main street in Sarajevo that was coined Sniper Alley. People crossing that street were just sniped. Children sniped. Hundreds of children were sniped on that street. More likely than not, the people he was screaming that to were alive during that time, probably suffering from PTSD from that time. Why am I assuming that? Because when he yelled that at them, they hid and ran.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Freedom of speech. It's not hatred, so... But, yeah. Okay. Bad example. Oh, boy.
This is not stadium talk, trash talk, soccer talk. This is not normal football fan-based disruption. Because, yeah, a lot of soccer fans, football fans are disruptive. It's a disruptive bunch. It's just the way that it is. It's one of the most disruptive fan bases. This is crazy. And it's not just this one Canadian guy. I've been seeing, reading, and hearing so many instances of Canadian fans being disruptive.
May I have your attention, please? Due to safety concerns from the use of smoke flares and fireworks, this event has been cancelled.
Which event? This should be Toronto. Cancelled. Argentina match viewing party at Nathan Phillips Square due to safety concerns. Okay, so it was not inside the stadium, but at some point that there was a public of safety concerns of players in Toronto.
Booing at national anthems, trash talking people because they have their national jersey on. This is just it's childish, it's disgusting. I don't know what else to say, but I don't know why nobody's talking about this.
Well, we going.
Yeah. And she's generally upset. You can see that she's really upset that this is happening. And I can not more agree with her that this is crazy.
We'll talk about it over here because that was totally unnecessary and that was uncalled for.
Man, you corny!
Even booing the national anthems was unnecessary and called for. You're playing against athletes from the other country. You're not playing against the leaders and the governments from these other countries. These ain't the government games. So come on, cut it out, man. Everybody is there for community.
That would be a good idea. The government games. Let them all put the president and first the prime ministers, etc. and let them do different things, and then one of them will be called the champion of whatever it is. Yeah, not a bad idea.
Need to have fun and enjoy and grow the sport. Y'all act like y'all done lost the plot. But like y'all know how I do it over here. I try to keep things neutral and just bring y'all what I'm finding online. So I really don't have an opinion either which way on this one, because I really don't think that this is the true Canada. I'll be 100% honest with y'all. But it's a lot of people online that said they've been peeping signs, and to them, this might be the true Canada.
I love that people now are just discovering that Canada was the problem the whole time. And Australia, both of you. And
and Australia. So
I didn't even realize it until last year when we lost TikTok for that 9 to 10 hours. And we came back, and the only people talking shit were the Canadians and the Australians. So
we lost TikTok. Did the Chinese close TikTok? Because it's from China.
Rest of the world, take all of your hatred for us and just send that shit to Quebec. It isn't us. We just like to vibe, right? If this World Cup taught us anything, is that we're just trying to survive as well. We like to have a good time. Peace and love.
I knew Canada was like this. I remember discovering Canada was like this after America shut off TikTok for a second, and then when we came back, guess who was talking the most shit?
America closed off TikTok. Huh? What the heck happened there? What?
I knew Canada was like this. I remember discovering Canada was like this after America shut off TikTok for a second, and then when we came back, guess who was talking the most shit? Australia and Canada. Yep. You're not slick. You're who everybody thought the US was. You literally have no sportsmanship. Hey?
Yeah, I think I remember that. Dang, Canada, it's not looking good for y'all. I do remember that, Canada. We lost TikTok for about 48 hours. We came back and y'all was talking all types of trash, kicking us in our back. It wasn't a good look. And since she brought him up,
we lost TikTok for 48 hours? Yeah, so? It's not that you're dying. What?
I'm gonna need all my Australians to the front. All my Australian insidians. It's a bunch of y'all. It's a bunch of y'all. I need y'all to the front of the line. What's going on, Australia? What's going on, Australia? Because word on the street is y'all out here showing y'all ass also at the World Cup. Holla at me in the comments section, Australia. What's going on?
And the next time the U.S. hosts a sleepover, Australia's not coming. They're not invited. We're not giving the invitation to them because they're being nasty and they're being rude party guests. They don't need to come. They don't need to come. So context, if you're not aware, the FIFA Cup is well underway and they're having matches in the U.S. I think they had it in Canada and they're having it like in Mexico. Right, so today at 3 o'clock, the U.S. and Australia just had their match. And if you're not aware, apparently Australia and Australians have this big beef with U.S. I wasn't aware. Most U.S. Americans were not aware. So they've got this kind of one-sided beef with us. And, before the game, they was kind of talking smack. It's fine. It's cool. Sportsmanship. It's all about the game being like, oh, the U.S. isn't that good at soccer. We're not that. We're going to win. They're talking about saying, oh, Australia's going to win and we're going to knock them out. Blah, blah, blah. Fun sportsmanship ribbing. They lose. We won. The U.S. won 2-0. And now they're on the internet being disgusting. And instead of just being like, oh, you guys suck, and like ribbing on us and like being like, oh, well, you still have to do with Donald Trump or something like that, making jokes like that, they immediately went to school. Where's the joke in that?
That's you mean not went funny. To school? What? School?
They like being like, oh, well, you still have to do with Donald Trump or something like that, making jokes like that. They immediately went to school.
I don't get it. Making jokes like that, yes.
Making jokes like that.
They immediately went to school. All school shootings. Now I see a gun. Okay.
Immediately went to school. Where's the joke in that? That's not funny. Like, you could have made fun of anything. You could have made fun of the president. You could have made fun.
Especially the president. He is he is the most primary target to make jokes about. It's
fun about our food because y'all are here, y'all are enjoying it. Being like, yeah, it really is so high calorie, high this, that. But you immediately go to dead children. Why do you think that's funny? And you know it's wrong. They know it's wrong. Because if we was to bring up those beach killings, then they're like, oh, that's not funny. You shouldn't be laughing. But you, as soon as you get upset talking about school, you don't get to come back. You don't need to come back if you're going to act like this.
Yeah. Yeah, the beach shooting in Australia was also, ooh, I've seen that one, yeah. So they're not welcome anymore, according to her, in the US. So Olympics are coming up after the World Cup. Olympics are, I believe, 2027 or 28, I believe.
Bye-bye.
I'm gonna need all my Australian Insadians to check in the comment section, because I don't believe that's the true y'all. I don't believe that's the true y'all. I feel like we got some fanatical fans out there, and it's a lot of people that take it over the line, and they give everybody a bad name. But right now,
there are always bad apples in the entire group. So, yeah. I agree. If Australians looking at this video about that video, let me know.
Just being honest with y'all, and I'm showing y'all what the temperature is online on these social media platforms. Right now, Canada and Australia, y'all name is pretty much mud out here. Y'all the party poopers of FIFA so far, because we have tons of videos coming out of Mexico and everybody's having a great time and all the fans are enjoying each other. You know, tons of videos coming out of America. Brits in America is a
lots of videos.
great one. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But it's not too much coming out of Canada. And the stuff that's coming out of Canada is not really too positive. So I'm gonna need all my Canadian Insadians to get in the comments section and, you know, straighten out the narrative if it's something different going on up there. Because right now, we really don't know what's going on, and the little bit of information that we're getting doesn't look too good.
Yeah,
at least
right.
for the people that's coming in to visit. But anyway, man, this video right here is going to end like all the other videos. Hit me up in the comments section and let me know how you feel about everything you have just witnessed.
Tell me how you felt about what just happened there.
And if you made it to this point in the video, you are my MVP.
It was a stone groove, my man.
I'm out of here.
So yesterday I came across...
Yeah. I was looking at some comments. Soccer isn't main sport in the USA either, but we're loving the visitors and the vibes. I don't even know a lot of Americans that watch soccer. However, we went to party and celebrate with the tourists, want to welcome them and experience their culture and language while they experience ours. Yes, there's Americans reacting. I hope that I see some poor teams that drew Canada in the lottery. As they say, they aren't benefiting. The waitresses in America are static with tips they're making. Yeah, but Canadians saying USA has always been the center of attention. Yeah, and they always try. Even now. The Bosnian stuff made me cheer up. Yes. Not much. As an Australian, I'm sorry for my countrymen's behavior. We are not like this. As an insider, most Aussies are friendly, down to earth, Logness. We love America and her people, food and culture. Don't mark us as asses, please, I beg you. My boyfriend is Bosnian. He came to the US when he was teen because of the majority of family was unalived. Ooh, okay. He said he was ethnic cleansing, correct. Only his parents, his sister, and one uncle survived. So people are joking about this is crazy. It's not even funny. It's not. It's not. She's absolutely right. This is not correct. complete opposite. Yeah. Sadly, I don't see in the fast of there are Canadians reacting to. So I lived in Sydney. There's Australians reacting. Canada, Australia, America sucks. America, let them eat cake. Okay. Well, that was it for today about Canada and FIFA Soccer. Maybe tomorrow we find some more about how it is of the fans in the United States and how they are enjoying there, because there are lots and really tons of videos coming out about Europeans visiting in the United States. My entire suggestion list is full with only Americans or Europeans are lied to, or Americans is the best, of World Cup tourists is the one that I see. World Cup tourists are shocked when they get into the United States. So there's so many things out there about. So yeah, maybe for tomorrow we're gonna do another one of those. And in the meantime, if you like my kind of videos, then this is a good point to look for the rest. And otherwise, it would be really appreciated if you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.